Alright, welcome back to the Real Guy Garage. Another update on the Camaro here. So yesterday, got everything back together and running. Set the valve, lash, and the whole works. Runs pretty good. I just got a few little things to adjust and clean up and stuff now. Because no matter what you try and do, you always end up with oil everywhere. The only real downside is I have to put the car back up here and pull the headers off. Because right there, the Flowtech headers are leaking directly out of the they're leaking right out of the flange where it should be sealed. Problem with that is that's a gigantic pain in the butt because I have to take the clutch Z-bar out. I'm going to have to take the dipstick tube off. Spark plugs will have to come out of it. You know, it's just a gigantic pain in my butt. That's okay though. Because we're getting close. At least now it's a runner. And then, also working on the hood. My dad would like it painted body color to match the inner fenders and stuff here, which I painted. So that's not a big deal. We can go ahead and do that. Get them all clean and shiny like that. Yeah. So far I cleaned off what was loose and visible and sanded it down a bit and threw a light coat of primer on it just so I can kind of see where I couldn't see with my eyes, where I'm going to have to work a little bit more on and get it ready to paint. And in the process, I've also gone ahead, I painted all the window trim. So that's all painted up now, front and rear. So that's back the way it should be. I previously mentioned the weather strips are now back on. I did the A-pillar. Just the cover pieces. And I did the rear trim pieces here, which really show how badly faded the door panels are, because the seat covers have been replaced before. But that's alright, we'll get to those eventually. So I got a bunch of the other stuff back here that I'm just waiting on the local Napa to finish mixing my can of paint. I only got them to to start working on that on Friday afternoon, so I wasn't expecting it till Monday anyway. So once we get that, we'll finish those up and we can finish putting that stuff together, and yeah, we're getting there. I just pulled the cowl cover off so I could lubricate the joints on the wiper linkage, just because when I turned them on they were a little squeaky. So I figured I might as well go ahead and take care of that while I'm here. So we're getting close with the Camaro. Well, at this point, the Z28 project is pretty much wrapping up. I still have to get a coolant overflow bottle, but, you know, all things considered, that's nothing. Got it timed, and it actually runs pretty good. What I need to do is take it out and drive it and let it get good and warmed up, let everything get broke in, break the clutch in, and then I'll check the timing again on it, and I'll probably have to lean the carb out a little bit, because I don't know who set the carb up on this car, but it's very rich. Aside from that, you know, my dad's pretty happy with it, and I'm pretty happy with it myself, which is, in all honesty, I am probably my own worst enemy when it comes to not being happy with things. But it's getting there. I still got a few pieces of trim to re-dye and what have you, and put them in. And that pretty much wraps the interior up. You can see I polished the Hurst shifter. And it's got a new shift knob on. It's easier if I go around the other side for you to see that. There you go. We got rid of the kind of chintzy one that was starting to show its age. And I fixed the tack wire so the tachometer works properly. I gotta fix the wire that runs out to the coolant temperature sensor. It's on the cylinder head. For whatever reason they had that disconnected. And like I said, I got a few pieces of trim and what have you to finish dyeing, and that's pretty well it. So I gotta finish the hood obviously, and yes, that's what I usually use, just to kind of fog in anywhere where I couldn't see before I primed it properly. Like, this is just primer sealer. I didn't bother to use epoxy just because of the fact that I'm not going bare metal and there's no rust or anything in this hood. But I'll finish chipping away some of that shit, sand it all down and give it just a quick bomb in a couple of places. And then I can spray another coat of primer sealer on top of it. Let that dry good and we'll be ready for paint.